I'm not following the impeachment hearings very devoutly. Why not? Well, I'm a very busy person, and I also sometimes think it's really not worth it because I really don't think there's a lot to be heard or said for it personally. By that, I mean that I don't really, well, based on what I've heard so far, there doesn't seem to be a huge reason to have these trials. Donald Trump hasn't necessarily done anything worth impeachment, from my understanding. Now, if they uncover that, good for them, but so far it doesn't seem like they have anything. Here's an example. I was watching it one time, and basically one of the guys that was talking, they would ask, "Oh, well, what did you hear?" Basically, he was a Democrat, and he was saying, "Oh, yes, I overheard one of my associates on the phone." Or no, one of my associates overheard this on the phone. My associate told me this. So his entire statement wasn't even based on actual knowledge of his own or fact. It was, well, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a, you know what I mean? So in that sense, they're trying to make something out of really nothing. And that is one way I think it's being blown out of proportion.
I'm following along, like checking in with the New York Times when I can, and fully plan on watching recaps tonight after class, as well as the Democratic debates. It's a big day for American politics. So I do think the impeachment hearings are important. I think that the House is right to investigate and do their due diligence. It's their jobs to look into things like this. And I think that by bringing it out into the public, it gives everyone a chance to be a part of the conversation and make informed opinions next November.
Who is president sort of directly affects your life. It affects a lot of the laws that will be passed. I mean, with Trump himself, it's affected a lot of, President Trump himself, it's affected a lot of like who's come through into the courts, who's running our court systems. So if I believe if the sort of trajectory is right and the people who might be implicated are implicated and Nancy Pelosi becomes president, then that's gonna possibly have changes and effects on government and in our lives. So I think it's, important to keep up and, try to be active in that.